I said I wouldn't buy it, but here I am. I'm currently away, living my best life at a theme park, hopefully riding lots of different coasters. And I just could not keep away from this game. So today I am going to dive in. No experience with the controls other than Planet Zoo, and just see how I get on. I'm going to go straight into sandbox. I'm not going to do any of the career mode, and I'm going to try and build an entrance area that's going to be for my park, which is all going to be based on TV series. No films, it's just going to be TV series. I've got plans for Scrubs, Gavin and Stacey, maybe The Office, that kind of thing. So I'm going to click sandbox, new park. So we seem to get a choice of areas again. Oh, I like this one. I do want to have a little bit of hill this time. In Zoo, I used the flat sandbox, which meant I was having to add all of my own terrain. So if it has terrain naturally, that would be quite nice. So I do feel like this is quite a good one. It's probably going to have different weather though, but I'm happy with that. So I'm guessing this is where I can give it a name. I'm going to call it Screenland, and the catchphrase is going to be "Scream at Screenland." So then we'll put that in there. Okay, so this is unlimited cash, no research. I feel like that one's quite good. I can still do power management, water management. Yeah, I like all of that. Yeah, I'm going to go with the default one, and then we've got that. That's fine. So let's create. I usually play my own music, but I really want to hear what the Planet Coaster soundtrack is like. So we've got the music from the main game. Oh, look at that for a map. Yes, I love that. So this looks like we have an entrance point coming in here. Okay, so I want to leave enough room to have a nice car park area. So I'm going to build my entrance from about here. Now the map doesn't look massive for the amount of kind of things I'm planning, but it's better to keep me constrained. So I'm going to pause just so I'm not worrying about the guests, and I'm going to just get used to the controls a little bit. Okay, and then I'm going to kind of map out where I'm going to want the area. And I'm wondering if I can select that as a whole. I can, okay. So in so I do have these controls where I can do this. So that kind of works for me. So that'll be then the car park area. So that's just going to give me an idea of where to start my entrance from. One thing I want to do with this is do a lot of height and sort of vertical, looking up things. That's something that's quite big with Planet Zoo too. So to get the practice in, that's my kind of plan, is to go with that. Now I need to figure out where I get onto construction items. So that's our park management. It's quite a nice menu. Notifications are up there, heat maps there, and then this is kind of the menu down the bottom by the looks of it. So scenery. What I think I might do is put the paths in first, because I'm planning a little bit of a multi-layered entrance point. So if I do the paths, not only will it help me get used to pathing in this game, but it should lay out how I want it to look. So we've got the path function here, queue paths, staff paths, guest paths, so we want that one. We've got different options, so a line builder, classic paths, a draw tool. Let's just see what these are. Okay, so that one's just looks like a straight line, although we've got curve as an option, so maybe we... Oh, I like that you can just change the height that easy. How do we toggle on the curve? That's what I would like to figure out. This is saying curve. Oh, F by the looks of it. I see, yeah, so you place the first bit down and then you can go like that. That's kind of good. So it might be using that one. Let's see what the other styles are like. Classic. Okay, and what's the difference with these? Okay, so that cuts the ground out. That's on the ground. Okay, that's fine. And then the connection. Okay, that's good. So if we go into line builder, we can do curved. And again, we've got the option suspended or ground or conforming. What's that one? I guess that's... If I change the height, maybe it's... Oh, that's nice. So that's... I'm going to make a couple of notes. So to do walk under the path, we've used terrain ground on the line tool. So that's quite nice for what I'm planning. And then I think we had another option. Suspended, is that? Okay, so that's with nothing underneath. Okay, that's a really nice tool. What we've got with draw. Yeah, how do I go with that? Not sure how that works. So I seem to place it down, but there's nothing that kind of confirms it to put it in there. Let's have a look. To enter, maybe? No. Edge cannot cross itself. Let's have a quick look what it says. So it creates shape one side at a time. It will complete the shape when you connect it back. Oh right, okay, so you can make like plazas like this. That's kind of nice. Oh yeah, that's cool. Yeah, that really does help. Okay. So we'll have a go with a few of those and just kind of get the hang of it. So let's get back to my entrance point. So we're going to start with here, and first off I want to put path just in this section, curving through and being quite wide. So I'm going to pick this and I'm going to go with line builder, because then I could do a curved one and change the width. That's not actually going to be my ticket entrance point, but I'm going to just use it as a starting bit. I don't want that terrain style, I want round. Okay, and then I want to split it from there, so we'll see if I can figure out how to do that. One thing that I would like is to be able to move the screen based on where my mouse is. I'm just going to see if we can do that in the settings. Edge scrolling, yeah, that's what I'd like. Yeah, that's exactly how I like it. Okay. And then what we'll do from there is we'll just try and do split path at this point, because the idea is going to be there's going to be a building here. What I'm wondering is if I can do the draw tool and then put the building on top of it. Okay, it's not too bad. What happens if I do this now? Can I fill that gap? Not as neat as I wanted to, but that worked though. There's a little strange gap there, but that's not a problem. I'm just going to do from about here out to there. Ah, lovely. Okay. Now I'm going to just try and find a building part that I want to go in there. So the idea is this will be an underground ticket area. So I would like to get if they have it, like a ticket booth. Guess it's under facilities and then guest facilities. Drinks, souvenirs, restaurants, and maybe it's under so that's just staff facilities. Okay, and a workshop. Okay. Boiler, staff facilities, changing rooms. Guess that's for the water parks. So I was hoping we had like a ticket booth. What we might do is just have a look in the workshop and see if there's anything there. Let's have a quick look. Oh, look at some of these amazing things. I can't wait to create some of this stuff. Let's search. So, ticket booth. Yeah, like this kind of ticket booth is... What have they put inside that then? Which doesn't actually have a... So in Zoo we have like an information desk. So I thought there'd be something similar in this. It looks like people have just made their own kind of implied ticket booth. What I might do is just put one of these in so I've got the scale, and then I can adapt my own once I've kind of built in what I want. This one would kind of work. I think we just store. There we go. Yes, it doesn't look like there's an actual ticket booth that I need to worry about. Okay, that's fine. We can put some toilets and things as well down there. Let's just see if there's any Gavin and Stacey. Oh, it's looking promising. Maybe not. So I actually searched. Okay, well, that's fine. I would be creating it myself anyway. Try scrubs. Nothing for scrubs. Okay. So let's see if I can put that in place now. I'm guessing there's a blueprint menu somewhere. Scenery, bush, terrain. Under here. Need to figure out where I go for blueprints. So it must be under scenery, I think, or facilities, it could be. I can't see that. Ah, here. Big button that says blueprints. So there's not one for in there. Ah, look at all these. Oh, that's cool. Okay. We definitely can be able to find something we can use here then. Just kind of want a little building that looks like it sells tickets to get in. Be something like that. I'm going to use that for now because that's kind of the right size, and then I can adapt it. Okay, and I'm going to see if there's any toilets, something like that. So I wonder if that falls under facilities then. So blueprints only seem to fall under scenery then. Ah, no, here we go. So what have we got? Have we got the one that I picked up before? Staff buildings, shops, so toilets here. I see, this was the small ticket booth. Yeah, that one does look nice. Put that one in instead, and then toilets, as we haven't got any that's designed. Have a look in the workshop. So browse, and let's put this onto, maybe onto scenery, park scenery. Oh, that's nice. Services, toilets. Here we go. Confirm. See, that's got an information point. Let's see what they've done with that. And then we might be able to split it a little bit. God, there's so many great things that people have built. Look at that. I love this one as well. Might do that while I see it. Okay, so we're going to have a look at that one that I've just downloaded. I'm going to remove this one for now, and then have a look at the big one that I just downloaded. So the restaurant's appeared there. I wonder if it's got DLC content in it. Yeah, I think it's this. So it contains something I don't have, but we can have a look and see how. So they have got a little shop there. I would love to be able to still put stuff like that in and just not have the items that it's asking for. See, that's got one as well, look. So let's toggle that off and we'll just see what we've got. So there is definitely one with an here, guest services. That's what we want to have a look for then. So we'll look for guest services. So we're going to do browse again, filters, look for, I think it came under services. Yes, services, there we go. Confirm. And then we want to filter off the DLCs that I don't have, if we can. So main game. So it's still showing even though I would need the DLC for that. That looks so cool. Indiana Jones. This is why I've decided to do TV shows though, because I think a lot of films will already be done because it's the kind of thing that Disney and Universal do, and that's what I do in my zoos and in Jurassic. So I just wanted to do something a little bit different. Let's just try and find a nice information point that I can use for now. All the things I like, I'm just going to get whilst I see them. I'm not really seeing information, so that's got guest service. I'm not seeing the information points as much. That ticket booth is good. That is the kind of thing I'm thinking of. So I've got a very clear image in my head that I'm going for, which nothing is anything like what I'm looking for at the moment, but doesn't mean it won't come out good. So the game has decided to crash, which is not a good sign. So I'm just going to reload that up. Hopefully it's remembered my progress as it was saving every minute or so I saw. Okay, I'll just pop for a quick break and I'll be back in a second while that loads back up. Okay, we're back. What I'll do is I'll change the settings just so they're not as demanding, because we are in the middle of a heat wave in the UK when I'm recording this, so it's probably struggling a little bit. Let's go for like medium on the graphics. Okay. Let's click on continue. We're going to try and find that ticket booth. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop these in as little buildings, because I think they'll be the right size judging by what we just saw. So I'll have like one there, and we'll do a second one here, like this. And then I want to do some paths. So the idea is you come in, it's going to be like rock formations down these sides. If you need tickets, you're going to have to go under here, and then we can come from around the back, which will go like coming out the back, curved up and over the top. But if you come into the park and you've already got tickets, there's going to be a walkway coming this way. Now, when we did the path tool here, there was an option for that one that kind of had rock already underneath it. So that is what I'm going to put in now, so that I can like start to build that height in. So I'm going to go with 6, I think, as the part, and then we want terrain style as round, I think it was. And then we've got curve on, which is great. So if we start that, just going to think how we're going to have the car park area. Yeah, so we're going to go for about here. I want it to come out the other way, really. Interesting, it's trying to do that. Oh no, it does work. Okay, so let's change the height. Too steep, okay. Doesn't like that. So I'm wondering how I get it to come off the sides. Let's just try that again. So I'd expect it just to decide it's going there, but let's try with the classic. Okay, now we've got that bit in place. I wonder if I can do what I was wanting to do. Yeah, that looks better. So we're going to go around a little bit like that. Now I need to kind of work out the height that I'm going to have across here. Probably slightly higher. And we're going to want the terrain to be suspended. So that suspended one's going to kind of like reach across like that. And then we'll do the same coming down with the ground. I want to just do the classic coming out of here again, just to give that starter point. And then this one round like that. Okay, that looks nice. So I probably want to build it ever so slightly higher than I have done. But look how easy that was to place those paths in that way. And I do like how it kind of gives just a bit of a character to it. going to come right back to there, just so I can make this taller. So we're going to go kind of that height. Okay, that's adding steps, which I don't really want to do. I want it to be curved, like a natural walk. That's fine. And then we're going to have a look, see at the height of this. Will it be tall enough for what I want? So I'm going to go suspended. It's perfect for there. And then we're going to do the ground one again, coming down. And we'll add in the little starter piece, which seemed to help me. Like that. And we're going to go around like that. Need to have brought that down a little bit sooner, but we'll find out. Seems to be okay. So we'll have like two signs saying, you know, if you've got tickets you can go that way. If you haven't got tickets you need to go under. We'll build a kind of like nice bit here, and then we need to do the same. So once you've got your tickets you're going to come round out here. So we'll do the start point again, like so, and then let's build that ground one coming up and round. Okay, so we've got a bit of a strange joining bit there, but we might be able to work with that. So let's see how this bit works. Doesn't look like it wants to do that. So I'm just going to undo there and put that piece back in again. A bit of a strange join there, whereas this one looks quite nice. And then starts coming down from that point. So I think maybe that's something we want to replicate over here. So let's just try out the demolish tool. Let's try like that. It's kind of nice that it does that, in that you remove the path but you've still got the rocks there. So that might be a nice way of building those in, so we'll have to remember that. So I'd like it just to map up with that one, but it doesn't want to do that. Hard to see with the snow. Yeah, I'm going to remove this bit down the bottom and just try and build that in now. I didn't want to remove that. I wanted to just remove the small piece. There we go. Then go on to paths from there. Okay, so it does stairs because it's steeper. Okay, let's just try and just get rid of this bit and start fresh, I think. And can I now just have a play with the terrain tool just to flatten that out? Flatten to foundation. There we are. So it's easily done. Perfect. Right, let's add in that terrain path again. So let's add a starter point like before. And then we're going to do this with the ground one. So I could kind of come out a little bit more of a different loop. Oh, that's going down underground. That's interesting. Yeah, that's better. And then that means I can bring this one around from there. Hopefully joining straight into here. Now I saw something about connection here. Let's try that. Yeah, that's better. And we're going to do the same with this one. I'm going to bring that round. Up. Wow, paths are so easy in comparison to do. So yeah, so we've got some lovely path now going around. This one is stepped, which is not what I was going for. I will just tidy that one up. Get rid of that tiny piece. Okay, and then put the path in. There we are, that's ideal. So we're going to come in here. We're going to have rock formations either side. If you've got tickets, you're going to go up on the left or the right. If you've not got tickets, you're going to go under here, get your tickets, and then come around the back. So everyone will eventually end up in this section. So on second thought, this section in the middle was probably not big enough. But what we would do is we're going to build, hopefully, a path using this from here. So we'd go from that point. We're going to go to here and back round. Now I've got ground selected, which I don't want. So suspended hopefully means there's no supports, but we'll find out. And I want to do straight as well. Let's try that. Brilliant. Okay, so now I'm just going to try and get this section so that it's not got that piece. Okay, so it bothers me that it does that. I'm sure that's me doing it rather than... Yeah, so let's try and just do that again. I'm going to go from here this time. So it does keep doing that. It's almost like it's at a different height. So if I go onto the demolish tool now, do we get... Yeah, we do get some different sections. Yeah, it looks like it's ever so slightly lower. So if we could try and delete this bit, I could make it join in that one way. Let's see if I can just select that tiny piece. Which I can, okay. So now what we'll do is we'll use that same tool to go from here. Excellent, right, and then we're going to get the path joining from here and here. So if we go onto the Yeah, I can't get over how easy those paths are. And you see that's all a little bit jaggedy there. I'm just going to try and tidy that up as well. As easy as that. Right, and that's going to work for what I'm planning here. And then from here, I want to make sure I'm getting the view correct. So I'd like to just put in some stairs here. One thing I'm not sure is if I can build path on path. Like, for example, can I start here to do my steps going up? Let's do a nice wide step if we can do that. And we're going to want round underneath it. Let's try that. Intersecting terrain, so probably is the case that I can't do that. Maybe try suspended to see if that works. That did work, but I didn't do the height tool. Excellent, that's exactly what I was going for. I wonder if I want to do more steps than that or just go with just those for now. Is there any kind of settings in terms of, yeah, we can put those kind of things on. So it does cut out the bit from below, but that's absolutely fine. So let's change that to straight path again. Desperately trying to do a curve there, but I've selected straight. I've got length snap on, so I don't know why it's doing it so tall. Let me go see what it looks like from below. Might be that that is enough steps for what I was going for. So the view from here, no, we do want that taller. Let's see with a camera maybe. Here's the camera tool. If we look, or first person camera, that's what I'd like. So it's interesting, it does cut that ground out. So ideally, this would not be a hole. So I'm wondering if I do that in a different way. So we try do a path again. Let's try just doing round. So I think that intersecting terrain is because I've got it on that one. Let's try just what this one means. That conforms with whatever is below, so I can't change the height. So it's going to have to be suspended. And I can't see anything that keeps the bit below it. So that's kind of the steps that I want, but let's see if we can now put the path underneath just to cover it. Yeah, so I can see a red line across the steps there. Okay, let's try and just do a smaller section and see if it does do it from that. Okay, it cuts it down. That's fine. So we'll leave it like that, and I'll figure out how I'm going to do the ceiling below. That now gives me a nice entrance point going up to where I want, and then we're going to have a path that comes out from here in like a main street style thing. That's great. Okay, and then this can all be sculpted then. So what I would like to do from this point is add a couple of like just sort of seating points. It's a shame it's done that with the rounded edge, but I can hide that with what I'm thinking for this area. And the same's happened with that side, but it'll be fine. Okay. It's obviously looking very strange at the moment, but it is looking how I want it to look, because like I say, I wanted this really vertical kind of showstoppery entrance, but that's functional. So in here is going to be like a, you know, toilet block, all of that kind of thing, tickets. If you've already got tickets and you want to fast track up, you can do that. And I'm just going to tidy up now. Now I've got like the hang of some of these bits a little bit. I'm just going to try and make them look a little bit neater. But I'm really enjoying the path system compared to Zoo. I can see why people wanted these changes in Zoo 2. So was that suspended that I've just put in there? Not. It was. So we want to do the same again, but round. That's better. Okay. So time to start putting some design in here. So the first thing I want to do is add a fence line along here so that people can actually look across this bit, but I don't know if we can do that just with the path tool. Let's have a little look. Okay, that's the rock one, so we don't want that. So it is overwriting. So if we go on this one and then suspended. There are different options as well for flooring, but I do really like the one we're using, so that can stay for now. I say it can stay, but it's obviously overwritten. How do I add? I'd just like to select the path and add what I want to it. Oh, add rails on or off. Maybe that works. And I need to just change this because it's not the path that I had selected before. I think it was this one. Yeah, it was. It's fine. So I'm going to take that off there. Okay. So let's just see how we could add. So add rails on. Add path extra. Okay, so that's where you add bins. And supports we can turn off, which is what we want as well from this side. Those ones aren't so bad because I'm going to hide that same as those, so it's not a problem. But let's try and put the path in here. So the railing, okay. So can I just go across like this and add it, or it looks that way, okay. Okay, so what I want to do is just remove that to start with and then go straight from there across, because the rocks are going to form the safety barrier on the rest. So I don't understand why it's not doing it from that bit. Okay, that's worked. Perfect. Then what I want to do is I want to get like a arched area in here with some lighting. So that's probably going to be a scenery piece. So we can start looking through and seeing what we've got. So building arches, that's a good sign. And I think we have scaling in this game, so it should make things a little bit easier as well. I like that, but maybe a different colour. Let's go with that and just change this. Just going to see if there's one with a little bit more texture than that. Stone. Ah, yeah, that's nice. Let's go with that one. We're going to go with that colour, and let's have a look with scaling. So scaling's off on that arch. Okay, but there is these ones that are a half arch. So I could do that to make a bigger one. Kind of like those anyway, so let's go with that. Go with like a warmish grey. Something like that maybe. Okay, and then we're going to do an advanced move so I can kind of put it where I want it to be. Yes, and that's the rotate. Oh no, let's rotate. We seem to get a lot of snow on this map. So I kind of wish I'd drawn out what I'm planning here so I could have like the concept art versus the finished result, but I have done that for my zoo, so there will be a few kind of comparison pictures when we get Zoo 2. It's still a little way off. Okay, so that looks like it's done a grid, which is good. That means I can create that piece like that. And now I need something to go across the top to match that up. which you'd think it would exist, seeing as putting them together would be more of a triangle shape. We might have to be creative here. Okay, let's have a little look and see what we can find. So it looks like all of the archway pieces doesn't have scaling. So I need something to just kind of match in there. There does seem to be a lot of pieces, which is good. Wondering if it's got like a name like concrete and we can then search for that. So stucco wall. Okay, so let's just search on all. Put in stucco. Help if I could spell it. So we just could do with a like line piece that matches that. Could rotate those and just stack them. What are these? Yeah, they would probably be better. Okay, let's try that. Or to be fair, I could hide it with a sign, maybe, like say, you know, tickets this way. That would probably be sensible. I'll try and put it in. It's because it's good practice with the tools, but so I'm going to put angle snap on just to make the rotating easier. So go with that and that, and then we're going to advance move it into place. Because that then gives me more options for the sign. I can match it in. Oh, I love that the scaling is actually as much as you want. And can I type that as well? Yes, even better. Okay, so I'm going to put that on there. And then I'm hoping I can get rid of this one. That I can just copy and... So what are the options here? Is that advanced movement duplicate? Yeah, this is the one I want. And then bring it out just so it gives similar lines to the others. I think it's going to be almost impossible to get that to line up, so I am going to make a sign with this. So we're going to bring that out that way and move it into place. Okay, and then we're going to need walls coming down on the sides, but probably going to use rock there. And then I want to get some lighting in here. I was hoping there'd be enough along the top here for some spotlights. Let's see what we've got in terms of lighting. I'm going to pause the game again. Otherwise I'll end up on like year 400 before I know it. So we've got props here, lights. Hanging lights, standing lights, wall lights. Let's get rid of that. Okay, have we got any Ah, these are lovely. Some nice hanging lights there. And then what are these ones called? Standing lights, right? So they've all got a pole. So I might have to use these as a spotlight. So I'd have thought they'd have just a... I suppose that could work as a spotlight. Maybe these would be the best. Probably those. So can we do snapped to stick to surfaces on and align to surface? That's kind of what we want, but it's not aligning to what I want it to. So we're going to put one in place and then change it from there. So let's rotate. We've got 45 on, so that's good. And then let's scale it down. I want it to be small enough that I can put it on this little lip under here. A little bit bigger. Like this. And I'm going to just make it slightly bigger again. I'll try like 115. Might even be able to go bigger again. Go with that. Okay, let's put that in place. And then not a fan of those three little lines, but we're just going to spin it around and see if they're on the other side. Which they're not, so that's good. So we'll put that in place. And then we'll copy and put another one. Like that, and we just want to check that it's lined up the same, which it has. And then I'm going to take both of those if I can. So I think I do that one. So let me do it like that. So I would like to be able to select that light, but it doesn't seem to want to let me. Hidden little Mickey there. Look at the quality of these buildings already. Right. Why can't I select the light? Select a scenery piece, begin editing. Scenery group 5, non-grid scenery 2. Okay. I might just try and select all of that and then we group from here. So I I'm struggling to see how I'm supposed to select these. Now I've put them in place. Let's move. Can I just select that piece now? So that's... No, that's not how you do it. That is really strange. I would expect to just click the item, but it's not selected. Okay, I'm going to try and do this in that way. So if I go back, the point I was adding that one, and then I now tweak it? No. So that does have it selected. So how do I apply filters? Scenery props, this one off, path off. So if I do that, and I now just select that one. Yes, okay. So it's like a multi-select tool. But now I can't seem to select it. How odd. There we go. That's how you do it, right? So now I want to group that and duplicate that, drag it over and try and line it up the same. Like so. Okay, and I want to move this piece to make sure I make the arch have a roof as well. So I just want to select that piece. Let's move it for now, just to get it in kind of where I want to have the ceiling. And then we're going to do this one. Just run that ceiling piece all the way across. Although it has got a little lip to it, so I might change that. I know, it seems to work for what I'm wanting to do. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so we're going to put rock down each side. That's going to be telling us to go that way. We'll do something here to say, you know, if you want to go, you're right, if you've already got tickets, we'll have the ticket booths there. And then we're going to have this stair bit. I'm probably going to put some like food and drink places either side here, which I might just use a like a workshop item for, and I need to put some. I need to put these things on the sides, rails. Just can't understand how do you do it without replacing what you've already put. Edit tool, maybe? Yeah, like that, okay. Then can I add it? I don't know if that works. Customize brush, let's try that. Yes, that's the easy way to do it. Okay. Oh, that's much easier. Beautiful. Okay. And then we're going to go with a different style. We want that style again. That's brilliant. Okay. So I'll probably put a food place, like a little places to sit and stuff there, and then I'm going to have the entrance going in from here. Now this is what's going to take me a little bit of time to build. Let me see what we've got in terms of pieces. So we want walls, probably building. Yeah, that's brick. I'm thinking I want like wood plank. Oh, that's a nice piece. Yeah, that works, but I wanted the pattern to be the other way around. See if there's any others. So many nice pieces here. Love that. In fact, I love that so much. I'm gonna put it... Which one was that? Is that this one? Yeah, I'm gonna put that down here. I've got the angle snap on. That's why it's not doing what I wanted to do. It doesn't look straight to the floor. I mean, it is, but it's because it's curved. Which one was that? It's a really nice brick. Although that one is also very nice. Kind of spoiled for choice. Yeah, this one here is lovely. I'm just going to put that down so I remember that that's what I'm going to use. And then, yeah, we're going to go up here. Try and find some wood again. It might not come under walling. It might come under something else, but I would like... Oh, yes, what's this? Yeah, that's kind of the look I'm looking for. Let's change this grid size and grid height because it really restricts on where I can put stuff. So ideally I'd have a tall, thin piece rather than that way around. It doesn't look like I have. So the other wood piece that was at the start, if I used that I could rotate it. We filtered wood. Yeah, that's much better. Okay, we're going to go with that. Can I go into a grid now with this? So position, let's see if that... I want to be able to make that so it goes into a corner. I was kind of hoping it would naturally do that for me. Let's split them from the build and see if we can do it as a group after we've done that edit scenery group. Let's see if we can do that. Okay, they are at a right angle to one another, so I'm going to just take this and put another one of those over here. Okay. Oh, sorry, I smacked my mic there. Okay, and then I kind of want to do a silver, I think, going up from that. So we want to go quite high here so we can see this as we come in at this angle. So let's see what we've got in terms of other scenery pieces. So I'm going to remove that because I don't want that anymore. A metal wall, that would work well if I can change the colour. Have a little look. We can change it. A bit darker than that, I think. I'm almost tempted to go for some colour as well. I'll do it grey for now. But then we might add some colour in. It's difficult to see when it's snowing. I have to unpause in a minute. Can you guess what I'm building yet? Probably not. It's not looking exactly like I thought, but okay. And then we are going to need to build a little like curve to put up. Let me see if I need to go taller. Let's go into the other camera mode. Why can't I go into, it's because I'm in build mode maybe. Let's try this. There we go. Right, so I'm going to walk backwards. So you're going to enter the park. Yeah, so we probably want to go another half that size taller. It's fine. What we'll do is I'm going to edit this again. And we're going to add another one of those in. Like that. we'll go copy. Okay, they look okay. And we need to build the bit going across the top in a similar fashion. Probably an easier way of doing this, but I am still learning. I'm only an hour or so into this, an hour and 22 into playing this game. So I can see it's still wonky there. Just going to straighten that up as best we can, like that. One thing we want to check is it wonky this way? It certainly is, especially if we bring it out, we'll be able to see that. Right, we're going to straighten that one. And it's also not straight that way. So I think that kind of is straight now. We'll find out. Now I might go above that, I'm not sure yet. Just going to go down the bottom and see. Let's maybe go up. We'll see about that. We do need to line it up. I'm just going to put it in like that for now, and then we can start to visualize how this is going to come together. Okay, super. Now I want to have a look at rocks and see how I can do rock formations, because that's either going to be done with terrain or with pieces or a combination. So I'm going to have a little look at how we can do that. So we've got rough rock. What's this as well? Oh, okay. So you've got... I'm just going to do this over here so I can see. I'm going to unpause as well so we can get off this snow. So we're going to do pull. Yeah, we can't see anything while the snow's there. Can I change the weather? Let's go to... Right, so the weather's being overridden. You should see it melting now. There we go. So that is... Oh, yeah, I like that. Okay, so that is the strata rock. Okay. Let's see what this one is. Okay, so that's just the terrain pull tool. Then if I can colour it with that. Or that one. Or this one. Oh, so lots of different effects. That is nice. Okay, so I'm going to use that to make this terrain around here. My plan for this is to have kind of like a rocky area that I can add props along, like have like shelving areas almost, and also have my like wall of fame, as I call it, which is for my subs on Twitch. They can have a nice area that displays my thanks. So that's going to be that kind of area, and then I would probably use some props to help that as well. Then I want to build all of this area up. Kind of around here. And this is good practice because some of this design is what I'm planning in Planet Zoo. So in Zoo 2 that is. So it's given me the chance to try it out, see if I like it before I commit. I'm going to bring this right up here as well. I'm probably going to use some rocks to finish it off as well. I'm guessing we have rocks in the same way. I just love how easy that seems to be to pull it all together. How that is coming together so much quicker. Considering I'm learning this at the same time, that is super quick in comparison to how long this would have took me previously without these tools. Okay, I'm going to just tidy this bit up. I will put some design in here as well. I was thinking kind of like having like like a director's chair and some film props in these rocks. I do just want to make them look bring that one round so it's just not so it's doesn't look all samey kind of thing. You bring that one out a little bit as well. Okay, At the moment they look quite similar in the way that they've sculpted, so I will tidy that up. But it's kind of bringing it together. We can get some rocks out now and see how that goes. And we'll just edit this. Yeah, that's great. Okay, let's bring a little bit up here just as a variation. We can put some plants and stuff in there. Okay. Painting, I'm going to go with this, I think. Very nice. Okay. Make that a little bit smaller and do a few bits of moss. Not a fan of that. I do like how you can do that with different rock tools so it doesn't all look the same. That's a really nice touch. These tools are going to make a huge difference in Zoo. Okay. Lighting's quite important with this part. I'm going to have a quick look with scenery and just see, do we have rocks? Looks like we do. Bushes, wall climbers, rocks, okay. So Mediterranean, I'm wondering if we can colour these. We can't, okay. So some of the rocks in Sue we're able to colour, which I really like. But these ones match quite nicely. Pop that one in. So those were these ones. So I'm going to use those as kind of like platforms for some of those props I was talking about. So we'll pop one like that. I'll move them into position in a second. Also wondering if I can scale. Customization gives me a scenery score, so that's interesting. Let's do the advanced move here. And we're just going to move this one. This is just to kind of fill that gap that I've got here, so it's neat but matches in with the rest. I'm sure I could probably fill it, but just go with a different style like that. Yeah, I think that'll blend okay actually. So it fills the gap there, and then we just want to bring that down. Like that. Yep, loving that. Okay, now I want to build this like platform bit in that I was talking about. If I can make it so it's kind of a sheltered area underneath, that would be ideal. I didn't want to click that one, it's this one I want. So we do have scaling. And go a little bit smaller, which would be nice for making it thinner. Still fairly thick. Just going to see if there's a thinner rock. So we're in scenery. And it was these ones. That looks quite flat. Is that the one I'm using? I think that's the one I'm using. Boulder 6. Let's try this one. Maybe we try that one. That's better. I didn't want to do that. That's the one I wanted to delete. Okay, so we're going to now put a few of these in to make like a platform. Like I want to bring it out even further. Yeah, I like that. I think that looks more kind of, we can have like nice plants and a little bench down there. That's all good. I know how to put the fence line along here now as well, just so you know kids don't decide to go and jump on that part. So we can put that in. So I can remember how to do that. It was, I think it was on, is it on this one? Add path, customize style. Can't remember how I did it. Edit tool, that was it. I think. Was it edit tool? Customize brush, that was the one we want. Customize brush. So it's this one. Okay, and then we've got the railing that we want selected, so we should just be able to, yeah, perfect. Brush size go much smaller. Just because I want to just select just that piece. Yeah, there we go. That's it. Just love how easy that is. So we can join this bit round. That is lovely. Really, really nice. We will have the same coming from here. So I just want to make it so it's just those pieces. The same going all the way around here. All the way up. Into there. Yeah, I love that. Look how quick that was to build. Right, we're going to put these bits in here and then do the other side. So if I can scale this, I can't scale that one. So we're just going to move it and then try and get it into the right position. So it's definitely not the right angle at the moment. That looks better. Seem to have gone up through the path. We'll just head back down there. Okay, we want to do advanced move of that. Where's my little tool? Here it is. I'm interested as to why. Ah, it's because I'm moving both of them. Okay. So if I just split this one out. Now I should be able to just move that one to where I want it. Let's move. There we go. Kind of like the little ledge that it's making. We need to put all on the other side. There's an ever so slight lip that side, but not the other, so it's not quite lined up. So we'll just tweak that ever so slightly. On the advanced move again. That's lined up better there, but not that side. Let's have a look. It's slightly better. Do we go in a touch? Advanced move again. To kind of see how that looks each side. That's perfect, right? So let's put another one of those in so it can sit behind it. And just so the pattern's not so crazy, I'm going to just switch to that. Do that. Which looks like it's kind of the same pattern. Okay, I like that. And then we've got the lighting coming down from the top. I would like to get some lights underneath just so it's lighting that up as you go in. Then I'm going to do a nice kind of other area here is probably going to be grass, but this bit's going to be the stone, so I will use the sculpt tool again just to kind of bring that bit in, make the size a little bigger. So one of the things I wanted to see was, did it go through the path if I went up enough? Which it kind of looks like it does. I'm going to go with that. Just to fill those bits up, like so. And I think we'll leave the arch in, kind of like it. And then keep some of that grass as well. I'll fill this bit up. Okay, I'm going to do a little push on this bit just to make it more rock-like. And just a pull on this one. And now we'll get the paint tool again. I really liked this one. It was this one, I think. Okay, and what I would like to try and do is get it so it has maybe a little edge to the bottom, but That's all kind of like finessing it that I could do at a later point. I really like how easy this is to get the shape looking how I'd like it to look as well though. Right, let's get that tool again and just paint that in. Should be under there. Yeah, I really like that. So you'll come in, this will be the car park area. Then we're going to have this bit, and it's going to be like, if you've got tickets, go up the left or the right. If you've not got tickets, you're going to go through here. And in here, we're going to have ticket booths, toilets here. And then you're going to come up to this section. This bit's going to be blocked off, so they're not going to be able to go down that gap. And I'm actually thinking if we can make it so it's open, we put a different ceiling in from down here, because it would just make that all a little bit lighter down there. I probably could get away with not having that there. It's this section, because this is going to be like a shot. It just bring a bit of light in down the bottom. Let's do that, and then I can use the draw tool to put another bit in. Let's go with that one. I'm going to go from there. One of the things will be that it will try and do it with the stairs, that's the only thing. I might have to leave it as it was. No, that does work, that's fine. So we're going to go there to about there. Let's go a tiny bit further. Oh, it's cut into the stairs there. We didn't want that to happen. I wonder if it did that this side. Yeah, look, it's just on a funny little angle there. So that's something to bear in mind. I wonder if we could just do... just do it like that. Now I could probably use the draw tool just to go like this. Oh no, it's below. So if we do, there was a kind of like a tidying up tool. Like that. It's annoying that that's not quite straight. Let's see if I can put it in. It's the only downside is I am perfectionist when it comes to things like this. Probably not the right thing to do. It's not quite straight, but it's better than it was. Now we're going to delete that bit that sticks out. That's better. Yeah, so those will be like our two little shop pieces. That's giving a lot more light down there now. One of the things is I'm not used to is the amount of like natural light in this game rather than the light in Zoo is not that realistic. So this is one of the upgrades that we've got coming with Zoo 2. spin that round ever so slightly. Maybe go with that. And then let's do these pieces as well. Okay, let's try that. And then we want to put, oh, we've got a bit of sticking out there, that's no good. Also want that to come right to the edge. Let's just bring that out. I'm hoping you can put like greeters and things as part of the staff. I can just imagine them being in this section, welcoming people in and stuff, but we shall see. Yeah, that's straighter now. So I've got to put the brick wall that side. I'm just going to get rid of that one, I'll do it from the other side. But I think that's looking, you know, pretty good. Considering I didn't know how to play a couple of hours ago. And take both of those. Thought I'd be able to select both. Got to get used to how the grouping works on this. So they're saying buildings when they're not buildings. And I can't select more than one. Edit building. See if I can. Yeah, that's a different one. And I can't split it. Okay. Interesting, it's like that. What I'll do is I'll just do this and then I can kind of just match it up. Like that. Like that. Got another one in. Which we want to spin round, so it's got a different pattern on it. Which works. Right, now if we just bring these over, should hide that gap. Just got that one as well. Tweak that so it's filling that gap. There we are. Don't like how that one's not kind of blended in, so I'm just going to tweak it. Now I bring it out a bit. I hope that works. Okay, one of the things I do want to do is make that go in so it's the same width as the wall. Like that. Which means we've got a bit of a gap here. We can fix that. Wonder if we do it like this. so it's straight into the wall. Just finishes it off slightly nicer. I like that. And then we will have a giant TV up here. Somehow ended on my Pixel Pause outfit. I'll pop that back onto normal. Yeah, so I think we'll have like tickets this way. I have to have a look on some theme park entrances just to see how they usually do that. These actually go very nice with the style that I've currently got, so I'm probably going to keep that. And then I'll kind of work on how this looks. And then they'll come up here, kind of join, and then I'll put some shops in here. Stairway going up, and then I'm going to build this TV area, which I'm kind of going to get some ideas for. I don't know if I'm going to go neutral, so it kind of goes with the rest of it, or something more retro colour, like the 90s colours, like pinks, blues and yellows. I'm not sure yet. You'll have to let me know in the comments what you think, unless I get a chance to build it before this goes live. Just noticed that weird bit of this weird bit here. I can't leave that. Oh, how annoying. I'm sure it wasn't like that before. But if I take that out, can I put a... Try and put the stairs back in. I don't want it on like that. There we go. Nice straight stairs again. But yeah, that's the kind of start to the park. We'll call it Screenland. So I think we'll have like Screenland in it. Big text up here. And then like a tickets this way kind of thing. I might try and do some like carved into the front there as a welcome point. It almost like welcome to Screenland. And yeah, nice little area here that will sculpt. Put some like director chair and things up there. And then I'd like to put my like Hall of Fame sign up as well. But yeah, I've got a very excited feeling about this park. I plan on building the first ride as a Gavin and Stacey ride, which will be Gavin's Blue Saxo racing around, trying to get from Essex to Barry's Island, or Barry Island. And then the second one, I'm still decided, but it might be Scrubs, where I plan to do a drop ride, like a lift in a hospital. So that'll be the idea behind that one. And I got a few more ideas, but keep them to myself for now. But I hope you've enjoyed learning how to use some of these tools. I'm sure they'll come in useful in Zoo 2 as well. And I can't wait to catch up with all of you as soon as I'm back. Bye for now.